Your technical skills matter a lot in cybersecurity, but you also have to have soft skills, which are the non-technical skills that can make or break your career. The good news, every single one of these skills can be learned and improved over time. In this video, I'm going to give you the top 10 soft skills that you need to have in this field. Let's dive in. Hi, my name is Kyser. I've been in the cybersecurity field for over 6 years now, and I currently work as a full-time penetration tester, also known as an ethical hacker. And I'm here to help you grow your hacking and cybersecurity knowledge. Soft skill number 1, communication and emotional intelligence. This skill is non-negotiable in cybersecurity. You might be a technical expert, but if you can't explain your findings to non-technical people, you're going to hit roadblocks. Whether you're talking to executives, clients, or end users, being able to simplify complex information is crucial. You can build communication skills by working in roles like retail, help desk, or as a system administrator. There's a reason why employers love candidates with these backgrounds, because they know how to talk to people. If you think these jobs are beneath you, you're missing out on crucial experience. Another way to sharpen this skill, get out of your comfort zone. Start talking to strangers, volunteer, present in front of groups, or even just call people instead of texting or emailing them. The more you practice, the better you'll get. For me, the single greatest thing that helped me develop this skill was working in a restaurant. My first job when I was 16 years old. I worked in that restaurant from age 16 to 19, and always having to talk to coworkers, managers, and customers really helped me break out of my shell. I got out of my comfort zone. I used to be a pretty shy kid. I'm always introverted. I'm still introverted to this day, but it really helped me break out of my shell and helped me develop those communication skills with people that I didn't know, because when I joined the workforce, I didn't know anybody on the team. So getting to know team members and learning how to talk to complete strangers, aka customers, really helped me become a pretty good communicator, and that translated over into my first job in the military. I enlisted in the military at age 24 for those who are new to the channel, and I joined as a client systems technician in the United States Air Force active duty, and that's basically someone who is end user support. So that's basically half my time was spent at help desk and half my time was spent as a system administrator. So I've answered thousands and thousands of phone calls, troubleshooting issues over the phone. I've also troubleshooted tons of issues face-to-face with the customer. So being face-to-face with end users and talking to them on the phone all day, every day, and just troubleshooting thousands upon thousands of issues really helped me take those communication skills and refine them into becoming someone who can not only be a good communicator, but take complex technical terms and break them down into simple terms to non-technical stakeholders. Soft skill number 2, collaboration and teamwork. Collaboration is the backbone of cybersecurity. You won't be working in isolation, and you'll need to know how to work well with others to achieve a common goal. To develop this skill, join projects where you have to collaborate with other people, contributing to open source projects, working on community-driven initiatives, or joining a local cybersecurity group will give you real-world experience working with a team. Beyond technical teams, you'll often need to collaborate with other departments such as legal, HR, executives, or even marketing. Cybersecurity is a team effort, and learning how to communicate and work across departments will make you a valuable asset to any organization. For me, I started building my teamwork skills when I was very early in life. When I was 7 years old, I started playing football, and I played football from the age of 7 to 17. So all the way up through school, my senior year of high school, I played football for 10 years. I also played like 8 years of basketball, 2 years baseball, 2 years of track. And overall, I just learned how to work within a team because I played so many sports, and that really contributed into my first job at the restaurant again, working within a team on that. And then in my next job, which was working in oil refineries and chemical plants, it's a different kind of teamwork, but having that foundation with sports really worked its way into all my other jobs that I had. And then working with other departments, I learned how to do that when I was in the military, because when I was in my first role, I was working in a communications focal point, which is basically the heart and soul of a communication squadron within the Air Force. And basically you tie all of the back shops together. So I'm talking to the back shops, the people who image the computers, the network engineers, the people who make the policies, the people who push out the policies, leadership, radio. Customers are from other departments across the base. So for example, like the security forces, which is the military police of the Air Force, like they don't know how to work on computers. They call me up like, hey, I'm having a problem doing this, and I have to, work it out on the phone. I've also, like I said, did it in person. And overall, like learning how to tie all those departments into one really helped me work with my collaboration and teamwork skills. Soft skill number 3, business acumen. Cybersecurity is not just a technical field, it's a business problem. If you don't understand how businesses operate, you're limiting your potential. Start learning the language of business by following business leaders, reading business books, or even listening to podcasts focused on entrepreneurship. Pairing business acumen with your cybersecurity skills will make you indispensable. Speaking of entrepreneurial podcasts, I'm going to list out every single podcast that I like to listen to and why I like them in my very next newsletter after this video is published. So if you haven't already subscribed to my newsletter where I deliver raw, unfiltered cybersecurity advice and tips directly to your inbox, you are definitely missing out. So head on over to kyserclark.com/newsletter and sign up for exclusive content today. Remember, cybersecurity decisions affect the bottom line. The more you understand about business goals and challenges, the more effective you'll be at aligning security measures with those goals. That's how you move from being just a technical expert to a strategic advisor. I started building my business skills by making business administration my minor when I enrolled into college. I figured at the time that business skills would come in handy during my cybersecurity career, and boy, was I right. Now, you don't need to sign up for college and take expensive courses. Actually, 90% of the knowledge when it comes to business I've accumulated with cheap or free content. So I would recommend following business leaders on social media, consuming business content on YouTube, and reading a lot of business books. Lots and lots of business books. There is a wealth of knowledge out there. Books are pretty affordable, and I make it a point to read a business book every 3 or 4 books that I read, because I do think business skills are incredibly crucial to your career. If you're getting value out of this video, do me a favor, hit the like button on this video, and then hit the subscribe button for more hacking and cybersecurity content. This next one's actually 3 skills in one, but they are very closely related to each other, so I put it into one. So soft skill number 4, sales, marketing, and negotiation skills. And they're not just for people in those fields, they are critical for cybersecurity professionals as well. Why? Because you need to be able to sell yourself, especially during interviews and salary negotiations. To develop these skills, again, you do not need expensive college courses. Instead, look for highly rated sales, marketing, and negotiation courses on platforms like Udemy. And just like the business skills, you can read books on all these topics. These are affordable, and you can apply the concepts immediately in your career. Think of it this way. Knowing how to market yourself and negotiate your value could mean the difference between getting a promotion or being overlooked. Money isn't everything, but you should strive for the highest salary possible. This field is very demanding, so make sure you get what you are worth. And the way I learned how to negotiate my salary is I went to Udemy and I purchased the top 3 rated courses, and I went through all of that and I consumed all that knowledge and put them in my notes. And then I went to Amazon and I got the top 4 or 5 rated salary negotiation books out there, and then I also read the top 3 or 4 regular negotiation books on Amazon, and I read all those books cover to cover, consumed all the knowledge, took as many notes as I possibly could, and I created a salary negotiation strategy that worked for me, and I highly recommend that you do the same. Soft skill number 5, problem solving and adaptability. Problem solving and adaptability are the core of cybersecurity. No matter your role, you will need to think on your feet and solve issues as they come up. You can develop technical problem solving skills by working in environments like the help desk or as a system administrator. Handling trouble tickets and fixing issues in real time gives you the reps you need to get good at this. But don't stop at technical problems. Learn how to solve bigger business problems by combining your communication and business skills. Volunteering for IT support in your community can help expose you to different kinds of challenges and solutions. And once again, I built up my technical problem solving skills through the help desk and working as a system administrator, which just proves how invaluable those 2 roles was for my career. Soft skill number 6, time management. Time management is crucial for staying productive. The first step, plan your day. Figure out how you work best, identify your weaknesses, and structure your time around those strengths and weaknesses. It's impossible to be perfect, but the goal is to get 1% better every day. That's how you make progress. And here's the biggest thing. Never miss a deadline. If you miss one, take ownership of it, figure out why. Excuses won't help you grow. And the big thing for me here is never busting a deadline. I have a track record of not busting deadlines. Matter of fact, I haven't busted one in my current role yet. I've been there for 6 months now, and I haven't busted a deadline, and I take great pride in that. And I take incredible strides to stay on track with my project, and it's incredibly important that you do that, because if you keep busting deadlines, then you're not going to be employed for much longer. Soft skill number 7, curiosity and lifelong learning. In cybersecurity, the field is constantly evolving, which means if you're not learning, you're falling behind. Developing discipline and consistency with learning is a skill you can work on. Make learning a habit. Whether it's through online courses, certifications, webinars, or reading blogs, staying current is essential. Remember, staying stagnant is like falling behind in this field. Set a personal learning goal, whether it's reading a new book every month, taking a course every quarter, or learning a new tool every year. The more you learn, the more valuable you become. For me, the biggest way I like to learn is through certifications. As you can see, I got a wall of certifications behind me. There's actually 13 back there. I'm currently working on 14, and there's like 20 other ones that I want to get. Overall, I enjoy getting a certification and then immediately rolling into another certification. There was only a small brief period of time where I wasn't studying for a certification since I entered this field, and I find certifications to be the number one thing that's impacted my career and the number one thing that's helped me learn and grow in my career. So I highly recommend certifications. That's why I spend a lot of time talking about certifications on this channel. I got an entire playlist dedicated to certifications on this channel, so definitely check out that playlist if you haven't yet already. More certification videos are on the way. Another thing that I do, I'm a full-time college student. I got my bachelor's degree in cybersecurity, but I'm also working on my master's degree in cybersecurity. I'm a handful of months away from getting my master's degree, and I'm excited for that because I'm a full-time college student and it eats up a lot of my time, and I'd rather take that time and spend it towards certifications and actually crank out certifications a lot faster if I wasn't a college student, but I digress there. And then the last thing that I'm doing right now is Hack the Box live streams. I do live streams every Thursday and Sunday where I pull up a box on Hack the Box that I've never seen before, and I try to hack it live in front of you guys, and that gives you the opportunity to watch how I solve these problems, and it also gives you the opportunity to ask me any questions that you want and hang out and get to know me a little bit better. So definitely check out my live streams if you haven't seen those already. Soft skill number 8, leadership and conflict resolution. Leadership isn't just for management roles. It's about taking initiative, guiding others, and knowing how to resolve conflicts that arise in high pressure environments. To build leadership skills, start small. Take charge of a project or organize a team in your community, at work, or at a college club. Learning is a hands-on process. As a leader, you'll also need to manage conflicts, whether it's between team members or across departments. You need to navigate disagreements calmly and effectively. This skill becomes even more valuable during security incidents when tensions are high. And for me, the single greatest thing that I ever did to build my leadership skills was volunteering to be an airman leader when I was in Air Force Technical School. For those who don't know, Air Force Technical School is the school that you have to go to after basic training. It's something that we all have to go through in the military and the Air Force. And when you're in that, you're in a learning environment. You are a student and you're learning how to do your job. And when you become an airman leader, it's actually an additional responsibility that gets added to that. And the way that happens is you just basically volunteer for it. They say, hey, we got an airman leadership program and it's going to help you with your career. And honestly, it didn't work out the way they said it would. They were like, oh, you'll get below the zone, which basically is like, in short, like a way to get promoted to E4 faster. That didn't happen for me, but what it did is help me get out of my comfort zone and help me become an actual leader. And the way it did that was because, you know, I had to march like 50 something people to and from class every single day, and organizing that big of a group is very challenging. And then also another thing you have to do is you're like a liaison from like the other students to the instructors, because a lot of students don't want to talk to the instructors, because in the military the instructors are very firm and they're very strict and they can be intimidating at times. And a lot of students will come to you and are like, hey, I'm having this problem, can you help me out? And then it's your goal is to lead them to where they want to go with whatever problem that they're having. And it was such a great learning experience for me. It helped me get out of my shell. And another thing that I had to do was I had to divvy up the responsibilities, because we had to clean our own dorm rooms and the hallways. So I had to keep track of like who cleans what, and I try to divvy it up, evenly amongst the whole section of my dorm. So it was a great experience that I'm so glad that I did. And the way I ended up doing it, I had no desire to do it. I just was walking down the hallway. One of the airman leaders was like, "Hey, you gonna be an airman leader? We need people so bad right now, dude." And I'm like, I need to do this. And I did it, and I followed through it, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made. Another thing that I did was I was actually a PTO, which is a physical training leader, which means you just lead workouts at PT during the exercises for the whole unit. And once again, I'm like leading an entire unit of people. I'm like the lowest rank in my squadron, and I'm leading the entire squadron all the way up to the commander of the unit. And that really helped me get out of my comfort zone as well, and it was worth it. So that's what I did. And for you, you know, you might not be in a military situation, you're most likely not, but what you could do is you can be, you know, take leadership in, you know, your college or your work or your community. Just find a way to be a leader, and it's not going to be comfortable. It's going to be awkward. You're going to make mistakes, and people are going to question everything that you do, but it builds character and it builds so much skills that it really helps you out so much, and I couldn't recommend it enough. Soft skill number 9, attention to detail. Attention to detail is a tricky skill to develop because there's no course or book that teaches it. Instead, it develops over time, often through experience and learning from mistakes. Every time you miss a key detail, it may lead to an issue. Treat this issue as a learning opportunity. The more mistakes you catch and correct, the more refined the skill becomes. Pay attention to what you miss and why, and make sure it doesn't happen again. And this might not come to a surprise, but attention to detail in the military is everything. So that's really where I started to learn and develop my attention to detail skills. Like in basic training, they literally make you clip like every single fray off your uniform. The folds in your clothes have to be perfect in your closet. The folds in your bed have to be perfect. Your shoes have to be lined up perfectly. Your shoestrings have to be tied together perfectly. And attention to detail is everything in the military, because if you miss an important detail, it can often lead to the death of people, and it's very important to not miss details. And then when it comes to like the technical side of things, when you're doing, for example, a lab, like if I'm going through a hack the box machine or an OSCP lab, like you're going to get stuck and you're going to reach out for help eventually, because it's just going to happen. And you'll see my live stream, sometimes I'll actually pull up a write-up, and the reason why I pull up a write-up is because I missed some key detail in my enumeration. Enumeration is basically a fancy word for finding information out, if you don't know. And while I'm doing my enumeration, I often will miss something, and when I miss something, I'll be like, why did I miss this? And I will learn from that, and typically I don't miss it again because I know where to check for that thing when I go into the next lab. And the 10th and final soft skill, ethical judgment and decision making. Ethics are a non-negotiable in cybersecurity. As a security professional, you're going to come across sensitive data, and it's up to you to decide how to handle it responsibly. For example, let's say you're working with a client and you stumble upon information that could get someone fired. What do? Your ethical judgment will guide you. You will need to protect client data and handle sensitive situations responsibly, just as if it was your own. Developing a strong moral code isn't just about following rules, it's about understanding the long-term consequences of your actions. Be the professional who can be trusted to do the right thing even when no one is watching. And for me, that means being an ethical hacker. So we talk about hacking and ethical hacking all the time on this channel. And an ethical hacker does hacking legally, which means I don't engage in any sort of illegal hacking. Even though I have the skills and capability to do that, I don't have a desire to do that because I'm an ethical hacker, for one. And for two, it's the right thing to do. And three, there's really a lot of consequences when it comes to that. And I don't even consider, going into gray hat or black hat hacking. I actually got asked my the last live stream, and someone was like, do you do gray hat hacking? I'm like, no, I don't touch anything that's illegal. You know what I mean? Someone came in the stream and they're like, will you hack my ex-boyfriend? I'm like, no, I'm not going to hack your ex-boyfriend. That's illegal. So taking that kind of stance is how I'm being ethical and moral and doing the right thing, because I have the full capabilities to, go into the dark side, into cybercrime, but I have no interest in doing that because I'm here to protect and make cyberspace a better and safer place for everyone by committing to lifelong learning, sharing knowledge with the community, and inspiring others to do the same. So there you have it. That is the top 10 soft skills that I believe every cybersecurity professional must have in order to be successful. If you got value out of this video, do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe for more hacking and cybersecurity content. And if you want to look at more career-oriented videos, you have to check out this video right here where I talk about how to select a cybersecurity career path for you.